everybody, this is Jerrie from Missing Persons of America and Mo. We're going to talk about the case of a young man in Nebraska that has been missing. There's a lot of social media information out there and not too many facts. So let's talk about that. It's Chance Englebert out of Nebraska. I'll see you in a sec. Talk to you guys about Chance Englebert. He's 25 years old and he's missing from Bayard, Nebraska. And I saw this case come up. Somebody sent me the flyer and I was doing a little research on it, and I found that it was over in an area where my dad grew up. He came from Nebraska, Jerrie, Nebraska, Scottsbluff area. And he, I remember him telling me that he was in the Marine Corps, and he said that he joined the Marine Corps so he could come over to California, and he thought that he was going to see oranges laying on the ground everywhere. That's what he thought California was like, and he said he was so disappointed when he didn't see those oranges. But he stayed the rest of his life, and he died in California. Chance Englebert, 25. Has been missing from Bayard, Nebraska since June 6, 2019. So that's quite a while he's been gone. And the last time he was seen, he was with his father-in-law and his brother-in-law, and they had gone golfing. And they were golfing at the Chimney Rock Golf Course. So as I first start to write this up, I'm kind of going by media reports, I'm kind of going by what family tells me, and I combine everything together and then I relay it to you guys. So when I first did the story up, I found that Chance's wife, Bailey, went and picked him up from the golf course to go to the relative's home in Jerrie, Nebraska. And then they had a family quarrel, and he got mad, and he left on foot and around 7:30 p.m. that evening, I guess it would be. And he just fell off the face of the earth. No one has seen him. No one has heard from him. So I was wondering about more details about this. And I wanted to reach out to the family, and I decided to go to talk to his mom. And I got a hold of her, and I was asking her questions. She answered me back. I told her who I was. I always tell everybody who I am, and so they can decide whether they want to talk to me or not. And I told her I was going to write up a post and do a YouTube channel, put a video on my YouTube channel, and I wanted to know some more information because I had questions. In fact, let me take a look at some of the questions that I asked. So I asked Dawn. I wanted to know about what was going on, because I started to see that social media was really involved. And I love social media, and there are some information that's valuable, and it makes you think about stuff when we're looking at social media and reading stuff. But then there's also stuff that kind of gets mixed up. Like somebody will say, well, he was heard, or he was last seen around the corner at the liquor store, and they'll say, well, when did you see him? I said, well, it wasn't me that saw him. It was my next door neighbor's cousin that saw him. And then you start digging and you find out, oh, well, that's not really a good lead. So you have to be really cautious with social media. But there's things that are really valuable. I'll get contacted from people and they'll say, yeah, I saw him, and that's absolutely, they did see him. And then you can trace and go, you know what, let's let the family know so that they can go over in that area and do a search. All right, so you have to be really cautious with it, but then it's very, very valuable too. So I was asking her about, I saw a lot on social media, and I wanted to know about the phone, because the phone is always really important because it tells you where the person was last, or at least where the phone was last. But a lot of times the person's with it too. And so I asked her about that, and she said he did have his phone, and he called his friend to come get him, and that friend was over 4.5 hours away. And so I was left with more questions after that. I said, when the friend got there, was he gone, or did the friend even go to get him, or was the phone turned off, is the battery, all these things. And she answers me, she doesn't know. And then she said the friend called us and Chance would answer. And I wasn't quite clear what she meant by that. The friend called us and Chance would answer. I don't know if she's saying that Chance would answer his friend calling, or I was like kind of confused on it. So I tried to ask her some more questions, and I said I thought the police would have pinged his phone to check where his location. Alright, you might see a little cut in the film because I ran out of tape. So I'm talking a lot about this case. So I'm back. I got a fresh SIM card in there. So going back and looking at, so let me go back a little bit and look at this again. So on this post of the day the cowboy rode away, R-O-A-D away, he says I don't know who wrote this. I don't know if it was a male or female. This is the last text message she got, Aunt Katie got. And I think it's an embarrassed face, but I'm not sure. I-B-D-E, the letters I, the letter B, the letter D, the letter E, all capitalized. And then capital S, lowercase E-R, and then another word, capital R, E-A-L-L-Y, and then the letter G. I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm okay. I don't think it's okay, but like I said, it looks like their cheeks might be a little bit red. Let me roll this up a little bit. Nope, there's no red cheeks. So looking at this again, I'm just unemotional, I suppose. It's just a straight face. And that's the emoji that I'm looking at. And I don't know, I-B-D-E, Sir Really G. I-B-D-E, Sir Really G. I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there can crack that. I'll have to think about this. This is the first time I've seen it. Maybe something will occur to me. Somebody thought maybe the word S-E-R was search, but then why, I don't know. So with that, you get a little bit worried, because if he puts that out there, really, gee, I'm sorry, I'm spending too much trying to figure it out. So, and I don't want to waste your time while I sit here and try to figure it out. So let me continue on with this. So there has been a search for him by authorities and family, but no clues as to where he may be. The family has asked the public to look at the cameras on the property to see if they've seen him, look in their outhouses, their outbuildings, to see if maybe he had gone inside there away from the shelter. And he's been gone. There's an $8,000 reward for his information, and he's been gone since June. And so it was pretty hot in June in Nebraska. I'm not sure about the weather over there. So I'm sure you guys will let me know. But it would be warm, I would believe, in June. So let me read another part to you that I thought might be interesting, that might give you some information on what's going on. And it was on the Facebook page, Chance Englebert, Daddy, Where Are You? And it was written as though his child was writing this post, and his child is a baby right now. There's more information about this case. On the above section is posted the following. Hi, my name is, and this is a quote, hi, my name is Banks, Chance Englebert. My dad went missing on July 6th. My daddy had a couple of rough weeks. He was laid off at the mine, though he had a new job starting the next Monday, and stressed with his family. Reference in TV interview when his mom said to ignore the last week. I don't understand that. The next Monday, and stressed with his family. Reference in TV interview when his mom said to ignore the last week. On Saturday, he was golfing with some family friends in Nebraska. Daddy got upset about a remark made about his job. He was one of hundreds laid off from the mine. Providing for Mom and I was important to him, and I think his pride was at stake. Daddy called Mom to come, Bewley Englebert, to come get him at the golf course. When we got back to my great-grandparents' house, Mommy and I went in to pack our stuff because Daddy wanted to go back home to Moorcroft. Daddy didn't come outside, took off walking around 7:20. Daddy talked to Mom a couple times on the phone. From phone records, we know Daddy called a couple of friends. We were told he asked one to get him. He was going to Tarrington, but friends said he was unable to. So that was that information I told you earlier that came from his mom. And I wasn't sure if he came to pick him up or not. And it says right here that he did come, wasn't able to come pick him up. So at least I got that information. He had 2 unanswered calls from his mom. Then that is the extent of his phone records before phone was shut off. He was spotted on camera at 7:48 by Weathercraft Roofing in Gary, Nebraska. Daddy maybe was on a ring camera at 8:01 by Terry Boulevard in Tarrington, Nebraska. And there's somebody outside. I might have to take a quick break here. Okay, so Daddy maybe was on a ring camera at 8:01 by Terry Boulevard in Tarrington, Nebraska. This is debatable. At 9:08, he sent a weird text to his aunt, and about 9:15, his phone was shut off. And that's a text. Probably it was referred from the other Facebook post. This is the last time Daddy was heard from. Where are you, Daddy? And it goes on from there. So there we got probably the full story and what is going on. But the basic knowledge that we know is that he was on that Owl Road. And he did call a friend to take him someplace. And I also was kind of interested about, which made me think, about the place that he wanted to go to. So we have an explanation about the phone records and the phone that I was asking about before. And I'm going to go over that again. He spotted, so the phone records show that he was called. His friend said he's unable to come get him. 2 unanswered calls. He wanted to go to Tarrington. Now, what's in Tarrington? That's the first thing I'm thinking about. Why would he want to go there? What is there? Possible the family already knows that. But if he really wanted to go there and he was asking to go there, maybe he found somebody else that took him over there. And maybe that's where Chance is now. He's over in Tarrington. So you have to kind of look at what's there, why would he go there, and it may be a good lead that he might be in that town, and people should be searching there. And the other thing, it was a spotted camera at Weathercraft Roofing in Gary. So he maybe was on a ring camera at Terry Boulevard in Tarrington, and that is debatable. So if we eliminated that and we went to Weathercraft Roofing, and that was 7:48. So are we talking about 15 minutes after he left the house, which was around 7:30, he was seen there? So with this case, I think between all the different sources on Facebook and talking to Chance's mom, that we've got pretty much the whole story of what happened in this case. I'm sure there's a lot of things that are not known. And if you want to send me some information, feel free. If you want me to add more to this information, please give me a holler and I'll be glad to do it. The most important information is to decipher and figure out exactly where the last known location he was at, and to get that information out so that people can look in those areas. And remember, if you see anybody you think that might be him, try to get a photograph, and that way you can send it to the police and or the family. And maybe we can figure out where Chance is. And that's a confusing one, isn't it? All right. If I get any updates on this, I will let you know. If you guys send me questions or information, I will save them up and maybe do a part 2 to this story later on. But hopefully Chance is found long before that ever happens. All right, well, that's it for today. I'm going to wrap this up, and it's raining outside, so I don't think I'm going to be going any walks in the woods, but I think I'm going to be sitting down there in front of the fire and reading and looking through Facebook and learning about more missing people. Also, before we sign out, I just want to thank you guys so much for subscribing. You don't know how much it makes me just get the confidence that I definitely needed to do this channel. I mean, I'm a writer. That's the way I think, is writing. And that's how I get my thoughts together, is writing. And so sitting here doing a channel and talking to you guys and telling you about these stories is all new to me. But from what I've found lately, this is way people want their information. They don't particularly want to read it anymore. They want to see it. And that's what I'm trying to give you. I'm trying to present it in a really good way. I'm trying to have it so you have quality and you have facts and you have information that you can come here. Just like with my posts and all my writing over the years, you can go there and you knew that it was good information, it was factual information, and I want to do the same thing with my channel. So thank you again for watching and subscribing. It means a lot to me, and we'll see you soon.